right, we should be live here. Welcome, everybody. We are going live here from our episode at Southern Tier Brewing Company. With us, we got two really exciting guests. We got head brewer Jason and the marketing and events manager Haley. So welcome, guys.
Hi.
Thanks for sitting down.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So before we get started, what are you guys drinking here?
Go ahead.
Okay. I am drinking.
Not all at once.
Not all at once. I'm doing our Ruby Red 8 Days. We just got it. It's a grapefruit ale, and it's delicious. I love it.
How about you?
I'm doing the. Shoot, I sort of blinked on it.
Extra mile.
Extra mile.
I got you.
Extra mile.
Don't you worry. We're going that extra mile for you.
No pressure.
Yeah, it's a new pale ale of ours. Is it IPA? Easy drinking IPA.
Yes, it's an easy drinking
It's a fine line
IPA.
these days. What is an IPA?
Yes.
Pale ale, right?
When in
Right.
doubt, it's an IPA here. We have a lot. We have a lot of IPAs.
Well, and that kind of brings me up. Like, what would you guys say is like Southern Tier is kind of known for? So, like, when I think of Southern Tier, I think of like the big, heavy IPAs. Is that kind of what you guys would
Yes.
say?
Then pumpkin.
Yeah, I would say it's the big IPAs, it's pumpkin, and it's the dessert stouts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Blackwater series.
And the pumpkin is like my all-time favorite.
Oh, yeah?
I'm
And
always
as is
gone.
everyone
I think so,
else's.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. We did- what was where was that at the
Metro
pumpkin-
Parks.
Yeah, the
Oh,
pumpkin.
in
I was
Kirtland.
there.
Were you?
Oh, really?
I
That was
always
great.
served you
I'm
beer.
surprised, yeah, I'm really surprised you don't remember us. Like,
It was
super
very-
drunk, just
it was
coming
very
back
dark.
and getting more and more.
Yeah, that was like a year and a half ago, or
Yeah.
I don't know, 20,000 years ago in COVID
It
land.
seems
Right.
like it was like 10 years ago.
Definitely.
Right? That was probably like one of the last events or anything that we did.
Yeah, actually, it was
before
October.
The shutdown, right?
Oh, wow.
Obviously, we had
Yeah, it was
stuff over the
October of
winter.
2019.
Yeah, it was like the last outdoor event I think that we did. So
Yeah, probably.
we had a blast. What is now? There's it's an imperial, right, or like a barrel aged pumpkin too.
So there's also, we like to call it Rum King, but we can't legally call it that because it sounds like there's actual, like it's made of rum basically.
Right.
But it's
Like it.
rum barrel aged pumpkin. And yeah, we do that about once a year. Or we'll do it once a year.
Yeah.
And we also usually release a few other variants alongside of it. So we'll do like cold pressed coffee pumpkin's a pretty popular one.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That sounds good.
Chai tea pumpkin.
Oh,
which is-
really?
Yeah, that was actually one I was involved in before I came down here. That was really easy. It came out really good.
Yeah.
And then last year we did the milkshake.
Yep.
Maybe the year before that, but also last year. And we're doing the whiskey pumpkin now. We have
Oh,
a
okay.
distillery,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god,
That's
Which
awesome.
honestly, I think I like that more than the beer myself. It's
Really?
really good.
That's awesome. We have to try that one.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
we had that one. But for me, yeah, I'm always, and you got different people that always argue like the pumpkin beers or not, but I love like the whole seasonal flair of it. And for me,
for sure.
like
Yeah.
pumpkin is the upper echelon. It's the top.
For sure.
It's the beer that built all of this, allowed us to
Yes.
have a tap room.
Right,
You know?
yeah,
Right.
for sure. Now I was doing a little bit of research before the show, right, and kind of learning about the Southern Tier brand and where it got started and
Yep.
everything, and I realized that you actually came from New York. Is that right?
Well, yeah, so I did, yes.
Or tell me I'm completely wrong.
No, you're right.
It's
It's a whole story.
Right. No, yeah. Tell us how did you end up here? Because I know you're not from Cleveland, right?
Right, yeah. So, well, spent most of my life in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Okay.
And so that's actually where I did my first brewing. You probably never heard of it. It was called Saltworks Brewing Company.
Okay.
It was only around for a few
Shout out to
years.
Tom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not around anymore.
Rest in peace.
Pour one out for Saltworks. But yeah, it was Marble City Brewing Company first, and changed to Saltworks. And anyway, I had been homebrewing for several months at that point, and
Yeah.
just found out they needed volunteers. And so went down, and they're like, "Yeah, show up tomorrow at 6 a.m. We'll show you how to make beer." And,
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, and so I had another part-time job at the time for a while until they were able to actually, pay me to do it. But they sent me home with growlers, so that was
It's
plenty
Good
of-
enough.
that's all I spent money on anyway, right? So
Right.
I
Exactly.
was like 22, and well, we made really great beer there, but to be honest, the management wasn't the best, and so we had to lay people off, and so I found on Pro Brewer they were advertising for Southern Tier. And so yeah, I went up to interview up in upstate New York and on Lake Chautauqua. And yeah, they pretty much hired me right away and moved up there. So up there from like 2014 until 2018 when I came down to help open this place up.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's incredible. No, I was doing a little research. I found an article we were talking about before we got started about a little article probably when it first got started. In
Oh yeah, with the
2018.
picture of him in front of the
Yes,
barrels.
that's exactly what it was.
Was that like for some Akron paper or something?
I think so.
It was something
I
around
remember
here.
that.
You took a picture downstairs.
I was admittingly very, very focused at work this morning while I was just awake and
Clearly.
ready. But I was saying, I mean, it's incredible to get started that early. I mean, to be over here, it's you were what 27, 28 when you started over here.
Yeah. It's 27 when I moved out here. 24 when I moved to New York. So
That's
yeah.
insane, man.
It's killing it.
Yeah, right. I mean, from everybody that we've sat down to talk to, obviously most people got their start in home brewing, right?
Sure,
But
yeah.
to get to being the head brewer at a place like this, opening up, that's incredible. It's an
Like
amazing
the-
accomplishment, man.
Yeah, like a prodigy for sure. That's gone.
No, I have no idea how it happened.
Your head will not be able to fit out. By the time
For
you
sure.
get done with the event. That's awesome. I always love those really cool stories. That's why we do these, is like to really find out why this whole process got started and why we decided to do this podcast. It's like,
Right.
we're always at the bar, like picking people's brains and like trying to get the behind the scenes info. So this is really just like a Trojan horse for us to like find out all the cool behind the scenes stuff and try all the beers. So that's awesome. Haley, how did you get started here, I guess?
I actually started doing events and marketing many years ago, and our amazing general manager, I worked with him at Famous Dave's, and he brought me along over here after we had done that for a few years. So we've known each other since I was like 19, and then just fell in love with it. I love doing everything about events. I love doing weddings. I did some planning independently for a little while and did freelance with that, and I've really found like my niche that I love to do.
Yeah.
So we have a couple different private event spaces here. We've got an upstairs. We've got a cool event going on downstairs today. And then we've got like a Pints and Puzzles we're doing internally next week with an escape room. So we're really,
Oh, no way.
yeah, we're really excited about that. Be sure to get your table. It's $30
Yeah.
table.
What is that?
Shameless
about?
plug.
What's going on with that?
So the escape room is coming up. I don't know anything about the puzzle. I really want to like actually partake and play. But they're coming up. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. They're coming up with a puzzle. They asked for different things about how many numbers of barrels and stuff we have. I have no idea what they're doing, but it's going to be very exciting.
That's
So you can get a table, and then we've got like prizes. Like we're giving away a $50 gift card. They're giving away some swag. So that's going to be next Wednesday. You can get
Nice.
tickets on Eventbrite. Check us out.
Right
Thank you.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
No, it's got to be nice to like finally be able to start. doing
It's so
some
nice.
events
Yes,
here, right?
we love it. You know, it's nice to see people back downtown after opening day and the draft, and just seeing people out and about again and being comfortable with that. And
Sure.
everyone's been really awesome and receptive.
How was the draft here?
It was madness.
Was it insane?
It was pretty insane. We were like a little bit off the beaten path, but there was so many people, and it was just cool to see so many people in so many jerseys.
I would say Prospect is off the beaten path.
It's like a little bit from where the draft was at.
That's true.
But we definitely had a very large amount of people meander this way, and it was cool to see all the different jerseys and people out and just interacting, and we had a fun time. It was exhausting. We were all very exhausted, but it was a lot of fun.
I'm sure. Now this is good. What am I drinking? This is like Cleveland Rocks.
The
Yeah.
Cleveland box. This is one of
Cleveland
10's
Rocks.
beer.
This is yours, really?
Yeah, and same with the Brett Berry
okay.
and what would have been Saison.
I just,
And the Redwood.
I just had the Brett Berry. That was your creation.
Yeah,
or-
almost, you chose
Yes,
almost
that was-
all of his except for the
Yeah.
coconut.
That's what I was trying to do that too. I was trying to pick the Cleveland ones.
Yeah.
Thinking
Yeah.
that they came. That's for sure.
Yeah, we had that whole
Well, it
top
says,
section.
I should point out that the Redwood Redemption, the Brett Berry Brawler, and the Wiley Woody Wheat are all fooder beers.
Oh, okay.
So so we got 3 big fooders downstairs, 3 tin barrels, and I tried to make them like distinctly different like colors and styles. So like a light, like a red, and a dark.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the Brett Berry Brawler was actually a collab between myself and our Pittsburgh brewer.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, so internal collab, I guess.
Yeah. Fantastic. So how many beers are more like specific here in Cleveland that you guys do versus like the I guess run of the mill, the normal lineup?
Right. Well, we ideally want to maintain at least 4 taps of Cleveland brewed at all
Okay.
time.
Nice.
Because I have 4 serving tanks, so it's easy just to go right to the taps that way.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's more. And I think I've done probably 20, 25 different beers so far.
Easily.
Here.
Yeah. Praise the Haze is his like staple most popular. It's our
Yeah.
top selling beer. It's delicious.
What's one beer that's gone away now that you would love to see make a comeback? This is
That's
to you too,
hard.
right? Yeah.
I loved our
Listen,
Rose
guys, we're
Gose.
putting you on the spot.
I
Yeah,
know.
Rosé Gose.
The Rose Gose was my favorite. I could just
I never decided on how it's officially pronounced.
I think it's Rose Gose. Today,
Rosé Gose,
it's Rose
Rosé
Gose.
Gose. I don't know. I like the palate puncher.
I don't know if I ever had that one. That was before my
It's dry hop
time.
sour.
Okay.
I like the passion model. you have that one?
I didn't have that one. I had our what was the Tropical Blaze IPA. That wasn't one of yours, but
Okay,
I
no.
loved that.
So passion
Yours-
model was fruited sour, basically. I'd like to do it again with like something a little sweeter to balance out the passion fruit.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good idea for here.
I love passion
It's a
fruit,
good-
so
it's a
I'm
good, first
I'm on
try.
board with this.
Yeah.
Well, to answer, we had a couple of comments on here. Justin Cole said, "Looking fabulous to you and Jason."
Justin, we love you.
We love you, Justin. And Devin.
Of course, he's on Facebook right now.
Yes, he is.
Devin's asking if you guys ship, so I know that question, right? But yeah, tell us about where can everybody find Southern Tier, I guess, for those who aren't familiar with the brand.
I mean, all
Who haven't
over
seen
really.
it
Yeah,
everywhere.
we're in
Really,
a-
there's not anywhere you can.
Yeah,
Right,
there's
yeah.
a point.
right?
Yeah, we're in multiple states. Tons of independent retailers. Plus the tap room here, we keep fairly well stocked with both our. We have over 30 beers on tap. Plus we've got bottled and canned offerings you can get. So a variety of places. Untapped is a great resource to kind of find out where we're at.
Yeah, if you can't find Southern Tier beer where you're at, move.
Yes,
Basically,
exactly.
Go somewhere else. Find somewhere that you can.
And we've just been starting to sell a few of our Cleveland brews around town.
Yeah,
so
yeah, you
I
can.
know- Yeah, we can lift the bottle a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think B-Spot, not 100% sure. I'm not sure if they're still in stock right now, so I
Yeah.
don't want to promise anything.
There's
that's not
something
there,
at the
but
airport too, right?
I think that was B-Spot.
Oh, okay.
Or one of those related.
One of the Simon.
I was gonna say V-Spot's
Sorry,
Michael
Rob.
Simon's restaurant,
Yeah.
right?
We're getting there. We got it. We totally know what we're talking about.
Just make the beer. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, right,
What's
exactly.
gone?
I'm glad that you were able to come out from behind the scenes though and hang
Sure.
out with us. But hey, tell us a little bit. I know you mentioned it before. You guys have
Yeah.
a really nice barrel aging program here, and I know I saw it kind of downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, we've experimented a little bit with barrel aging here. Lately, we've been moving a little more towards just doing the fooders. But actually, the very first beer that we had here that was, like you call it, Cleveland Brew, basically it was an Imperial Saison is when you try to order. It's an Imperial Saison that I brewed back in New York.
So you're saying I had good taste.
You did, yes.
It's just
It's very popular.
So we had recently used some wine barrels to age our Imperial Cherry Goza, which if there's a beer that I didn't make that I want to bring back, it's that one. That beer was amazing. But we had just emptied those barrels, and so I refilled them with the Saison. So it's Saison, but also like some extra Brett inside the barrels and so on. And we actually transported those here to Ohio, which because of the way this building is made, the only way to do it was to like open. You seen the windows out there? It's kind of hard to describe.
Yeah.
They're like garage
Pull
door
outward.
windows.
yeah, right.
Yeah, and then there's like that gap and like the railing. Basically, had to get a crane and like swing the barrels
Oh, are
inside.
you serious?
Video
Yeah.
would have been really awesome to have of that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I had to
In
leave. I was like,
retrospect?
let me know when it's over.
I don't want to be here.
Oh my gosh, that's
But they,
awesome.
yeah, they all made it in successfully.
How many barrels do you have here? I'm putting you on the spot, man. I'm telling you.
We should have took more notes.
40.
I know,
before we
right?
I'd say 40-ish.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It seems like that's a kind of the big thing in brewing right now. It's like the barrel aging, right?
Sure, yep.
It seems way more popular, at least than what it used to be.
Yeah, I guess barrel aging sours is still pretty popular.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
Awkward
sorry.
radio silence. This is where we relax.
I love it.
Yeah, no. It's funny. We were talking beforehand too. Like that's why we started this. And that's why we do it around beer. Is like,
Yeah.
okay, well, all right, we forgot.
As we
something
get
to talk about.
deeper in.
Yeah,
it's
right.
time.
It's time
to
for
drink beer.
beer.
You know?
That's perfect.
Oh man, that's funny. It was really great. Now, this is a question that Steve brought up to us. A good friend of ours is really involved in home brewing.
Yes.
Okay.
Deep.
And we asked him on an episode we did with him on what is a question that we should ask some of the brewers, right? And my favorite question that he gave us is, what was the beer that you brewed early on that made you think, damn, I can probably do this for a living?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Oh, I like that question.
Like, what was it? You're like, you know what? I think I'm pretty good at this, you know? If you remember. What was it,
Yeah.
you know?
I would say it was probably so at that first brewery at Saltworks. They would teach us how to make the main batch of beer, but then they had like a small pilot system and let us kind of mess around on it.
Yeah.
And I made a series of stouts. They all had Star Wars names. So there was like the Imperial Strikes Back, Attack of the Cones,
Yes.
Revenge of the Grist.
Oh, my God, yes.
But I really love those, especially the Imperial Stout.
Yeah.
And
Speaking my language.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
I say at the time my favorite beer was like was it that Founder's beer, breakfast stout,
Mhm.
the regular one, not the Kentucky one. That was good too, but it was
Yeah.
was really inspired by that, and so I got really crazy about stouts. And I'd say that was probably the one that really made me decide, like, yeah, I can make a career out of this.
Right.
Awesome.
As a lover of like dad jokes and things like that, I love how just in the beer world, everything has puns. There are puns just everywhere.
We love it.
That's the best part of the job, is coming up with beer pun names.
And names and
Names are the best
everything.
part.
Do you allow anybody else to influence the names of your beers at all? Here we go.
She named a collab we recently did.
Yes,
Ew.
yes. The collab we did with Ryan, guys, I got to name. It'll
No
be
way.
coming to a tap near you, Mommy Beerist. It was our Mother's Day beer. A little bit late for
Mommy
Mother's Day,
Beerist.
but it's
I
a Mother's
love it.
Day. And if you want to tell them about the beer, because it's delicious, I've had it.
You said it was with Ryan Guys?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's right, yeah.
Another big, not Ohio is here, but like another
Yeah.
big local, like Cincinnati
sure.
with Ryan Guys.
Yeah, so it's basically a blackberry sour with mango. It's both blackberry and mango, but mostly blackberry,
Yeah.
and a little bit of juniper, like just a tiny bit. Doesn't taste like gin, but like real light, and actually blends
It's
really
delicious.
well with those two. I think personally.
it's
That sounds
delicious.
good. Yeah, that's coming out soon.
Yes, it is.
And I would say also, because he's watching, Justin Cole came up with the name.
He's probably sitting there going, "Wait a second."
He came up with one of our best names, which was "Oops, I Did It Again."
Yes, Oats I Did It Again was a
there
good
you
one.
Love it. That
Gotta
is-
give him credit on that.
That's what I feel like is like the best job in the world, is just being the person that gets the name.
It's so much fun. I
When
was
people
so
come up with, like, paint
excited.
colors or like crayon
Yeah.
colors,
So
If I
thank
could just
you,
do that for a
10,
living.
for letting me name a beer.
Yeah, that's
It's
awesome.
exciting.
Wow. That's what we got to do. That'll be our checklist of new goals. We need to get a
Beer bucket
Is,
list.
is
Beer
name
bucket
name of
list.
beer?
Yeah.
Name a beer.
That'll be it.
I like it.
We'll have to. What was that? Right.
Yeah.
We'll get something going. It's funny. Our bucket list has always been stop paying for our beers, and then
We
sign-
accomplished some
and
of
then-
that for you.
Yeah, right.
Please. But it's stop paying for our beers and sign a Joe Rogan-esque $500 million Spotify contract.
Yeah, right.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
It's a very
We're
short
getting
list.
there.
It's a short list. It's
We're,
two
we're
things.
pretty close to the
But you're
first one.
50% done
And once we
almost.
get, yeah, right. Once we get that first one, I mean, right, we're already 50% there. So, oh my gosh, that's really good. Oh man. Now, hearing how you've gotten started with home brewing and all these different breweries there, and how many beers you've done here specifically,
Yep.
is there anything that you haven't tried yet, or anything that you're really excited to come up with? Anything that's either in the works or something you've never tried before that you'd like to do? Now, this question, I'll preface it, came from Ian, the brewer over at Bad Tom Smith.
Okay.
So his goal was to brew every style of beer,
Sure.
and is like very close to checking off that list
Impressive.
completely. Yeah, and like blew me away. So when we asked him that question, he's like, "Really, I can't think of much
I
that's
got nothing for you.
not left."
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, I've probably done at least something in all like the major popular styles at some points. I guess I would say it was like Dogfish Head and someone else years ago did like this beer recipe. They like ancient Egypt beer recipe or something like that.
Yes, I've heard about that.
Yeah, I really like the idea of like finding very old beer and other various fermentation recipes and trying to recreate them just to see what people would drink like thousands of years ago. That's really interesting.
That is a good idea, and I think the interest is already there. How people like brew like meads and things like that. I think and going back like the medieval times and Egyptian times, I think people are already interested in like that.
Mhm.
So I think that's a great idea. That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was talking? What was it, like a farmhouse ale or something like that that Steve was talking about? That was like a really old. Like it was. I don't know what it was now. I'm trying to think of it. Yeah, I got nothing. I was really hoping.
Really hoping I would have
really
it.
hoping for you on
You're
that.
giving him
I was
that look like, come on,
I was
man.
like, give me something
You know
here.
you have this.
Please.
It's buried somewhere there.
It definitely is. No, he was bringing that same concept up. He mentioned something that he could work on, of like bringing back like an older style, and now it completely escapes me. But anyway,
Yeah. I'd be very interested in that
I
though.
digress. But tell us, and this is a question I love asking everybody too. What do you guys have either in the works for? I know we already released the Mommy Beerist.
It'll
which
be
is
coming out soon,
A
yeah.
great name.
Thank
But
you.
what other like top secret level clearance kind of things
We talked about
do
this
you
time.
guys
Remember?
got going on?
Well, we're not. I'm just kidding.
No.
Look, you just shut
What
up.
else? What can you guys lay on us that's in the works that nobody else knows about?
There's gonna be a couple guys in black suits that come in here
Yeah,
and shut everything
right.
down.
I can't tell you
You
anything.
look back, the door's just
Yeah.
closed.
And we're done.
No, and this could be something on your event too. Is there something coming up? Anything at the brewery, or some of you guys are involved?
I
with?
mean, we just released that this is out in the public, but
Okay.
that we're going to have a tap room in Buffalo, in Philadelphia, and in Asheville.
Oh, no way. Wow.
Yeah, coming up in the fall of this year, which is really exciting. So
Holy
we'll
cow.
have Bold Rock in Asheville. We're going to be doing another Southern Tier in Buffalo, and then Victory in Philadelphia,
Oh, awesome.
which is exciting. That's the news that I have. Do you have any
That's
news
great.
that
That's
you
huge.
want to
Yeah.
share?
Buffalo's great. My sister-in-law lives in Buffalo.
Yeah, it's
Grew
going
up
to
in
be
that
a huge
area all the
space, so it's
time.
pretty exciting. Everything's right on track, so it's exciting that we have those different ventures coming up and are expanding as a company.
That is awesome. Right on.
I guess all I can say right now is we've been talking a lot about reviving beers that kind of got cut from the main brewery selection because it
Ooh,
wasn't
yeah.
making enough.
Like a Disney vault beer.
Yeah, like it wasn't
Yeah.
enough money to be able to be mass produced, but we had a lot of requests for them here, so probably the 3CPO.
I was going to say, when you were talking about all your Star Wars
Yeah.
beers,
Yeah,
I'm like,
that'd be
I
awesome.
understand the 3CPO now.
And that fits because it's Disney coming out of the vault, right?
It
It's on another
Oh,
level.
full circle.
So many levels of depth. Troy Betts.
Oh,
Troy said it's called a henket.
That's my husband.
Hey, what's up, Troy? Thanks for tuning in.
He's there. He's here to support.
He said, well, cheers from Troy. We'll put him on there. We'll cheers.
Cheers to you, babe.
Yeah.
We didn't at all.
Yeah,
Cheers. To you
cheers,
guys. Thanks
yeah.
for sitting down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks
thanks,
for
guys.
checking us out,
We'll
guys.
do a COVID safe cheers.
That's fine.
Oh, my God. That's great. So, and I'm going through all of ours. Lee, I have my favorite question on here.
And I know I should ask mine too because
Do
it's
you want to ask
mine.
yours?
My
We
favorite.
have like two standard
Oh,
favorites.
boy.
that we'd love
Yeah.
to do.
So as
Start
we
with
come to draw close to the close here, what I like to ask is if sorry,
Spit it out, Lee.
Yeah. If you were us, what would you have asked if we asked you, or what did we miss? Something that you wish we would have asked you. There we go.
Oh.
It's a deep question.
I'm going
right?
to pass to you, 10.
We do the same thing all the time. We're like, and Lee,
yeah.
what do you got? You know?
Justin drives so well, and then he just looks at me, and I'm just like, deer in headlights.
There's no warning either the two. I'll just go out and like a minute I'm done. I'm like, okay, what do we got, buddy?
Well, that's it for me.
Well, that's it.
I don't know. This is not really what you asked, but I guess I like that you haven't asked what my favorite beer is, unless what your question is, and I'm sorry.
No.
And that's what
Because I always find
I'll
that
just come up with a new favorite question.
No, I was
It's
just-
fine.
I was just talking to some other brewers about this recently. They're always like, I don't know how to answer that. It's like it's so mood dependent and seasonal
Right.
dependent. It's like I don't know. Whatever I'm drinking right now is my favorite beer.
I'm the same way. Yeah, that's a good answer.
It's funny.
Or I feel like I'm not doing someone else justice if I'm leaving them out, and saying
it's really hard being like in that realm to say
Yeah.
like, oh, I love this one, so you're putting everybody
Yeah.
else out.
Yeah, you're an
Like what day of the
equal
week it is,
opportunity
is it,
drinker. It's fine.
what was, yeah,
Right.
time of
We're-
year,
We're the same way.
what
And
I
it-
have recently.
Yeah.
It's funny, like our tastes too are very
Different.
different
Yeah.
in the craft beer world too. And it's funny, we talk about this every episode, but when we started this thing, it had no real intention of becoming like a craft beer
Yeah.
thing because we really honestly knew, next to zero about it besides the fact that we loved
We liked
drink
it. Yeah.
Like, this tastes good.
So
love-
you learned a lot in the
listening,
process
so
then?
It really is.
Okay,
And
that's
so
my
we-
question.
We've truly like faked it until we make the thing of sitting down with
You're doing a
brewers
great job.
and- Oh yeah. Right. Oh yeah, the milk stout. Yeah, of course. It's, but no, it's funny. Lee is more of like, and unintentionally almost like more of like the brewer's beer purist guy.
Yeah,
Who's
like the ale and lagers.
Right.
Yeah.
See, there he goes. Right. Every brewer is like, my God,
Yeah.
Lee. You know?
My God.
Is that true? Will you echo that statement that everybody we've done is like the sign of a true brewer is like how well you do like the ales and the lagers.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, especially lagers because they're so clean that they're unforgiving of
Right.
mistakes, right?
There you
Like,
go. Yeah. Everybody the same thing. You can't hide it with like all these crazy
Yeah,
flavors. And I'm the exact opposite. Like I want an 11% crazy snozberry.
flavors,
Yeah.
Snozberry.
I want an imperial barrel aged.
Snozberries.
Yeah, like
I think those are fun, especially fun to make. But like, I'll have like one, be like, all right, that's cool, and then I want like
Right.
a lager IPA or like
Right,
a brown
right.
for the rest of the night.
sure, yeah. It's hard to drink 4 or 5 of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
In a row. But it is weird that like both of our tastes kind of lended really well to this of the craft beer world, where Lee more identifies with like the brewers and the purists here,
Yeah.
but like we've never had that like craft beer purist thing, you know. And I think that's what's really cool with us sitting down with everybody is how inviting everybody is in the craft beer world.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Like
It's
once
family.
you've gone out, I love that. Like you guys are doing so many. Like from looking at your beer list, there's something on like the crazy end of the spectrum for me, up until like the really clean lagers and the ales, and then like really fun beers and sours that might get like people interested and like kind of
Something
take
for
that baby
everybody.
step, dip your toe in the water of craft beer. You know,
Exactly what we're trying to do.
And especially like not being brewers or anything like that. People are really enjoying sitting down and talking with us, which is it just like is so humbling, I guess. I'm really
fun.
sorry, guys.
We were
It's just so
excited.
humbling that like no one asks for anything like that. We just come and sit down and talk. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Really, really enjoy doing this with everybody.
Yeah.
And you guys have been great too. It's been a
Thank
pleasure
you.
sitting down with you guys.
seriously. So on to my favorite question, which I had to redo a new one.
Thanks,
No, I'm
Ken.
not. I'm kidding. But,
I
before
didn't think
that,
about
though,
this.
we didn't ask what your favorite beer is.
Oh, that's hard.
We didn't
I
ask
would
favorite
say,
beer. We were asking what we forgot about.
Oh well, no.
What-
But he said
He added that layer to
right,
it.
right,
He
right.
did.
Right.
Sure.
Exactly. Come on.
I'll do the favorite beer question because I think you guys covered a lot. I kind of the same. I hop around. Right now, I'm on like a cider kick. I
Okay.
really like our Bold Rock ciders. We acquired them last year. Last year. That just feels like a gazillion years ago.
Right.
But they're delicious. I love them. We've got sangria and pineapple on tap right now, and I have a beautiful cider overpack in my fridge at home. It's so good.
I like cider too. I like the craft cider world.
It's so good.
It is really cool.
Bold Rock does an amazing job with their ciders. They're delicious.
Now I know there's like the conglomerate between like Southern Tier and Victory and
Victory,
all that.
6
Can
Point, and
whoever can tell me more about that, please.
so
feel
we're
free.
multiple brands under one umbrella company, artisanal brewing ventures. So there's Southern Tier, there's 6 Point, Victory, and Bold Rock, which is our
Okay.
newest, newly acquired. So we have a couple of those. I think you might have seen on the beer menu. If you made it to the second page, there's a lot on the first page. A couple of those Victories, 6 Point, and Bold Rock we have on tap, and some Bold Rock we have available for retail as well.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like the main idea was that I would say like we bought ourselves out so that we didn't have to like go to Anheuser-Busch. And
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it allows us to like share resources, but still remain.
Yeah, and if they
really
all
independent.
of
Founders
those
are all still
four,
involved, and-
they have very different style tastes to them,
Sure.
and bring their own kind of unique flavor, which is exciting, and
Yeah.
gives a little bit of everybody.
I know.
Something for everybody there.
I've had a lot of 6 Point.
Yeah.
I've definitely had a lot of that.
Yeah, we have a couple of those on tap. Same with the Victory.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna drop my favorite question, which is the complete weird like turn from all this
Oh,
beer
God.
talk that we've been doing, right? And more of like the individual level. So when we talked about this, we wanted to come up with a question that we ask anybody and everybody, right?
Okay.
So we do a lot of these live remote broadcasts from different breweries, and we also do like more of like our roots of how we got started, which are just anybody and everybody we think would be cool to sit down with. Like last week we did Joel Strasser a couple weeks ago. We sat down with the guys from Humble Beginnings Coffee Company. We got a couple people in the works from Brewbag, the owner and creator Scott. But the question we wanted to have something we could ask anybody and everybody. So that question is, what musical album? Ready? We're making a huge change. Right? great transitions. This is what we're known for here.
Ready for
right?
It's transitions,
What,
right?
what musical album? And this could be your favorite of all time, or just something you're listening to now. But what is a great album that is perfect from start to finish? Right?
Oh.
An album that you don't just go and you put on track 3 and track 8 is great, but you just put on, you don't mess with it, you pop in the CD, record, whatever it is, and you just let it play.
This is gonna sound super hipster.
No, I love it. There's no,
You are super
I
hipster.
love it.
It's a
It's
hipster
great.
cliche. I would say Neutral Milk Hotels, Airplane Over the Sea.
Okay, I'm not familiar with that one at
Wow.
all.
Neither am I.
If you like lo-fi and nasally voices, it's
I
Sounds
feel like you've
Sounds
maybe
like
put
me on
this
this
on here
podcast.
before.
I know you hated it.
I said, sounds like me on this podcast. Lo-fi and nasally voices.
That's right. Is that our new name? Do we rebrand it?
That's fantastic.
I'm just so happy that the sun finally dipped.
I was thinking the same thing. Like my eyeballs can rest. This feels great. I can see your face.
Right. So no, why that album though?
Just because I never want to skip a song. I don't know. It's the. I said he was nasally, but I really love his singing voice. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's really unique. And songwriting is just weird. And I don't know. It's got that sort of garage band DIY sound that I really like.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I know, it's a pretty shallow answer. That's why.
No, I don't.
Shallow?
Right, no,
I don't want to
there's no
follow
wrong
that.
answer.
No.
You like what you like. We're not going to judge.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Well, what's fun too.
Always sing along, in the car, something if it's on. So
Sometimes you put it on here.
Yep, and they hit it.
We love it, 10.
No, you don't.
You're right.
All right, Haley, pressure's on.
Oh boy. I don't know. I guess I would say Beatles their number one hit album is like one of
Okay.
my favorite.
That's the first hit
Because
album that we've had.
I'm thinking back to like the last time I bought a CD or like
Right.
went and listened to something from start to finish, and that was probably the last one, like way many years ago. But I love the Beatles.
Yeah,
so-
for sure.
yeah, probably actually, probably
Greatest
last
hits album.
century.
Definitely not a cop out at all.
Yeah, not at all. Not at all commercial in any way, shape, or form. I didn't want to follow you. I should have went first.
No, I love that. But it's funny too now that I've started asking that question to like anybody and everybody.
What about
Like,
you guys?
What was that?
I don't want to be the last to answer that
Oh,
question.
we have so many.
It is.
You
tough.
have to pick
You
one.
know what, Lee? We've done this too. But Lee, go with a new one.
Oh, I don't know if I've given this one on the podcast
That's okay.
before. If I have, I'm sorry. But Modest Mouse, good news for people who love bad
Great
news.
answer.
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking
Okay.
about that the other day, and it's one of my all-time favorite albums. It reminds me
Really?
of being like in.
Can I change
like-
my answer?
I'm gonna go with
Definitely can. That's a good one.
Yeah, it reminds me of being in like that, like early, like late middle school, like early high school time, and just like such a transitionary period.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I don't know, I just love it.
dude, that's a good album.
Just the horns and the guy. I don't know, it's just cool.
Yeah, that's a great answer. What I love doing now is like going through, and we've had way different ends of the spectrum every time, and you never know what to expect, right?
Yeah.
But is now like anybody who recommends an album now of some of these artists we've heard of, right? And obviously, Beatles
Yeah.
or Modest Mouse, I have no idea who that was.
Don't even remember what you said.
But no, it's great of just. I have a habit of when somebody says, "Hey, listen to this," I'll go like listen to the most popular song
Yeah.
ever.
Mhm.
You know, of like, okay, let's sit down, let's just put on track one
Yeah.
and let it play. You know, listen to it. So,
Yeah.
that's great. I've stalled enough. I haven't.
I noticed. We're waiting.
I'm really good at that. No, I'm gonna go with Lights and Sounds by Yellow Card.
Oh, there you go. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
a very like unknown album by theirs, but I was actually talking about it with my barber today. Of that album for me is like if you hear any song from that album, you immediately know it was from that
Mhm.
because like the same style, the same just kind of vibe of all the songs start from the beginning and go to the end. You know. So
Awesome.
it just kind of follows that same trajectory. They all have that same, not like similar sound, but
Mhm.
just that same feeling to them that like, okay, I knew this is off that album.
Yeah.
For
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
reason. But,
Well, you guys all have great answers.
Please. You're
Hey, I was
Really,
Yeah,
I
it's great.
really would have liked some prep questions, but it's fine.
You're the only person that has like broken that question and just gone with like, oh, okay.
That doesn't make me feel
like,
better.
Greatest hits. No, that's great. I love it. Like toss the rules aside. That's
Yeah, exactly. I
perfect.
don't have to be unique. It's totally fine.
Well, guys, tell us, please let us know what you guys got going on, anything that you're really excited about for the future here, either a current event or a new beer that's dropping, anything, let everybody know here what you guys got going on in the future.
Yeah, the only thing I have on play right now is we'll be having the 3CPO revival coming out pretty soon. The 3 Citrus Peel out.
And we'll have Legacy Lager back on soon,
And yes,
which is our collaboration with the Cleveland Museum of Natural History
that's right.
to
No
celebrate their
way.
centennial, which is
That's
really
really cool.
exciting.
Hold on, we can't breeze over that. What is that?
I was
called
waiting
Legacy
for it.
Lager.
Yeah, so
It's a real simple, just Vienna lager.
Mhm.
It's
it's very popular. We've had it on tap before. We're going to bring it back,
Yeah.
but it's very popular. And
it's
people
just
seem to love
like
it.
I put so much, brewers do put so much work
Yeah.
into like these
Really
fruited,
intricate,
spiced, like,
yeah.
multi-
And people just want their light lager,
beers. And those sort of slowly, and then I make this an entire like 100% Vienna malt beer,
and they love it. They got it up. It went so fast.
That's great. I'll just make more of those.
Yeah.
Is that frustrating as a brewer?
No, it's just kind of funny. I don't know. It's, just, like, I
It's a
still
running
like,
joke.
I still like making the complicated ones. It's just funny that like the easiest ones also sell the easiest.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, the Legacy was hugely popular. So yeah, we were doing that to celebrate Cleveland Museum of Natural History Centennial. And then we have a cocktail onto our Centennial Madras to also help them celebrate. So
That's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
like a weird Museum of Natural History buff.
Yep.
I love going there. That's like my favorite.
I still haven't been there yet, but all that kind of stuff.
you've
Really
never
cool.
been there?
Oh,
Oh,
I
10, I'm
have to
taking
go.
you, man. It's so cool.
We did.
You got to check out Lucy.
Yes.
Wait,
Lucy.
Lucy?
See?
Lucy.
Name drop.
Wait, did she move around? 'Cause I'm pretty sure I've seen Lucy somewhere.
I don't
No.
think she
No.
moves around.
Maybe it's a thing.
They moved her at one point.
Maybe
just
she was
recently.
on
I don't
loan
know
somewhere.
what they moved her for, like if it was construction, but they did move her at one point.
I feel like I saw her in,
Recently.
like Chicago
Maybe
or
she
something years
was
ago.
on
Maybe.
loan, but she lives here. This
Yeah.
is her home.
Right. This is
No, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Yeah, sounds great. I'll go check it out.
It is. I will tell you, this is the only place Balto has been.
Yes.
And you go
Oh,
hang out
there
with
you go.
Balto was
Okay.
there.
Balto.
Interesting.
Another
Oh, yeah.
Love
I think-
Disney
what was
brand
it? It was,
throwback.
It was called the Think and Drink.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
there.
They
Yeah.
do them, and we were trying to get involved with that, and then COVID decided, hey, let's not do that.
I was able. I
Um,
went to like all of them, right? Because it was
Yeah,
right
we're
before,
looking
it was
at
last
getting
year,
involved
right
for
before.
next
Oh
year.
my gosh, I hope you guys can.
Yeah,
It'd be awesome.
I would love to.
It was one of
just
my
get out in the
like
community
one of my
more.
most favorite events I've ever.
That's
done.
good to
It's
hear.
so
I'm,
cool.
I'm that'll be exciting. We also have Bruisology coming up.
Oh,
Speaking
we're gonna be
of-
there.
We're gonna be there too.
No way.
Oh my god!
Yay.
Come check out the booth. I'll be slinging beers for you.
For
Yes,
sure.
That's awesome. So our plan is we have not contacted them in no way.
Are you
shape,
just
or
going to set up
form.
shop? You
And
can
we're
set up
just-
shop at our
We're
booth. It's
either
totally
gonna set
fine.
up shop or we're gonna find a way to do like a little mobile setup with like our phones, like a nice little.
I'll get
microphone
you
or
the
something.
inside scoop because we're going to be there.
Okay, we're just gonna take over your guys.
That's totally fine.
Yes.
Live broadcast from the Southern Tier booth.
This is recorded. You guys all heard
It's
it.
on.
So.
It's on there.
It's legally binding.
Yes, it
Right,
is,
exactly.
for sure.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, check the fine print. It's in the release. That you guys signed, so. No, that's awesome. We're really excited. For that.
I'm
I think
super
that's gonna be so
excited.
much fun.
It's going to be so much fun. It's at the Great Lakes Science Center for anyone that doesn't know where it's at.
Yeah,
July 17th.
I think so. Yeah, pretty sure.
Um,
Nailed it.
Yeah. So remember, I got to redeem myself from my Beatles question. So yeah, and I think we're bringing Praise the Haze there and a couple other beers. So check out our booth there too. Shameless plug again.
Yeah, she was plugged. That's what it's all about.
It's
Seriously.
totally.
Well, guys, you guys don't know this, but anybody who's following along with us has been with us for a while. To close out the episode, I always kind of take over for our intros. We always give our outros to Lee, and I always drop it on him with no anticipation. We've been doing this for months
I
and
love
months. We've done a lot of episodes, but never once have we prepared an actual outro. So, Lee, take us away.
Yeah. All right. Hey guys, thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to podcasts. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook at Drink About It Podcast. Have a good week. We'll see you next week, guys. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Bye.